What's good, YouTube? It's Aquarius Brown ABB, and I'm back with another vlog video. This time I will be talking about who had an overall better career. No. You know what? Scratch that. We're gonna talk about LeBron James. Now I know that a lot of people may not like LeBron James. There's a lot of people who like LeBron James. Like you could go back to his years in Cleveland where, him in the front office didn't really get along. They were surrounding him with bad talent. The first time they tried to get at a championship, they failed numerous of times. Because they didn't have the pieces necessarily to win a championship. They got past Orlando and the Magics with Dwight Howard in his prime, but they got beaten down by the San Antonio Spurs. Went back, same thing. They necessarily took the wrong route, came back, and then just got lost again. You know what I'm saying? So, LeBron James was fed up. So, he was a free agent. So obviously he could have resigned, but obviously that was not in his intention to resign. So he left and made a decision to go to Miami Heat. Now, when he was with the Heat, they had the best record in the NBA. I think they went like 57 and 27, something like that. And then, they cruised through the playoffs, and then, boom, they faced underrated Mavericks team who had no business winning a championship. But obviously they wanted to give a championship for Dirk, because he's been in the NBA for so long. He lost it last time when it was just only Dwayne Wade and Haslam and Mourning, and those crew and Shaq. So I can understand why they would give it to him this time. But yeah, they got smacked in the mouth. It was a back and forth good series, but obviously LeBron James crumbled. He had the worst performance of a player in NBA Finals history. He just went beast mode. He just went dark. You know what I'm saying? Next year, boom, they retooled. There was going to be focus. LeBron James was going to be determined to capture his first championship. Because remember in the press conference, he was saying not one, not two, not three, not four. Boosting all the Miami Heat fans up, including the media, saying that, here we go again. LeBron James is putting more pressure on himself than usual. Predicting that they're not going to win one, but two, but three. But obviously, out of 4 championships they could have won, they only won 2. You know what I'm saying? So they won twice and they lost twice. So, what I was about to, okay. So obviously, their record, I can't really tell what their record was, but it was good enough to get them to the playoffs. They cruised to the playoffs, boom, got to the NBA Finals, and they faced a young Oklahoma City team with Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, Westbrook, James Harden, all in their 20s, early 20s, babies. So you wouldn't really expect the NBA to give a championship to such a young pup like those crew. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, Oklahoma City took game 1, and then obviously you already know Miami Heat, just won, simultaneously. Automatically they won 4 straight. Meaning the series. They only lost game 1, and after that they took game 2, game 3, and then game 4, and it was a wrap. Okay, boom. Now they were defending champions. Now LeBron James had 2 championships in his resume. So now it was still more pressure on him because you know the level of expectation, the excitement of expectation was still luring him because he promised that delivery, not one, not two, not three. So he won his second championship. And then what happened? Boom, he got punched in the mouth. Obviously, to piggyback, they had a great record, boom, they cruised through the playoffs, boom, and then they got smacked in the mouth to the San Antonio Spurs with the rising Kawhi Leonard, and obviously they still had their big three, Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan. Okay, boom. So now, obviously he sat in the dark. You know what I'm saying? He didn't talk to nobody for like 2 months or 2 years, whatever. He went back and, he had to retool and think about what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like he came back with his crew stronger than ever, had a great record, cruised to the playoffs, boom, faced the same team that he beat last year, and obviously he ended up winning it all. And then obviously where did it fall was obviously he won his third chip. And then they came back the next following year. You know what I'm saying? Like, because they was going to three-peat anyways, because they already won twice. They won against Oklahoma City, and then they won against the Spurs. So they was going to three-peat. But that didn't happen because everything just collapsed. So my point is LeBron James, and now obviously he went back to Cleveland, to put a patch on it and say that, look, I was young, like I just wanted to win championships. I wanted to be the greatest, la la la. You know what I'm saying? So they just put a patch on it. Obviously Kyrie Irving was already there. He was already a young pup. They got Kevin Love from free agency, and then obviously they had a good record, cruised to the playoffs, and then they faced the Golden State Warriors, who beat them. Next following year, they retooled again, same. They got J.R. Smith and Iman Shumpert and all these veterans, Jefferson, Channing Frye, and then they had all these weapons, not weapons, but they had all these, changeable objects, you know what I'm saying? They had a length, because obviously, Kevin Love popped his shoulder, so he was out. Kyrie Irving was dealing with some kind of injury, so LeBron James did everything that he could to keep them in the game, but it was just too much, and he basically, they faltered. They retooled next year, and this is when the famous, Golden State Warriors, choked the 3-1 lead after winning, 70 some odd games. And then that's when they went to go get Durant, or Durant came to them, and, the rest was history. So to put that all in perspective, I just wanted to say that to me, LeBron James overachieved. Because if he hadn't set in those roles, if he hadn't set in those goals for him, I think he could have just said, okay, we was gonna win not 1, not 2, but 3. But he had to say 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Y'all was expecting the Heat to win 4 to 4-peat, if that's even a word, to 4-peat. You know what I'm saying? Like Golden State tried to 3-peat. That didn't work. So for the Heat to say that, it just put so much pressure on them. Even though they got smacked in the first time to go around, they got smacked. Second time they won, Third time, they got smacked in the mouth. Fourth time, they came back and won. So out of 4 championships, they only won twice and they lost twice. So to me, I think LeBron James overachieved. If he wouldn't just say that, I think he just would have had a decent career and nobody would have even talked about it. But obviously, he won the championship for Cleveland. A lot of people want to say Draymond Green of Draymond. Listen, Draymond Green is a scrub. Okay, just because he wears the number 23 in his back, in his jersey, doesn't mean he's good. He's like Kawhi Leonard got robbed of Defensive Player of the Year, probably to him. Rudy Gobert probably got robbed because of him. I never liked it, Draymond Green. I think, he's a valuable asset because, he can defend multiple positions. I think that's the only reason why they kept him so long. I even hear Oprah, one of the YouTubers I occasionally follow, even he hates his guts, so, for them to, for LeBron James to, put so much pressure on himself, it was his fault. So now we got LeBron James' picture out the way. Now let's bring in Michael Jordan. Obviously, we all know Michael Jordan was a monument of the NBA. Yes, he got eliminated a lot of times in his first go around. He didn't win his championship when he assembled Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman. But before that, he was just getting beaten up in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Like young Michael Jordan out of North Carolina. So what he did was, he turned to Phil. Phil said that you want to pad stats or you want to win multiple championships. Because obviously, Michael Jordan has never forced a Game 7. LeBron James has forced a lot of Game 7s in his, NBA Finals career. LeBron, obviously Michael Jordan is 6-0 compared to LeBron James that's 3-6. So now obviously, long story short, he got Dennis and Pippen and he got a good bench and he had a good starting five. And, the difference between LeBron James and Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan never faltered. Michael Jordan never blamed his, acquisitions. Michael Jordan never blamed his teammates. When the tough got going, he didn't pout and sit like 10 feet away from the bench and soaking. He got up and he said, "Yo, man, you want to win championships? Or you want to pouch your face on the floor?" You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to pouch his face on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like, he motivated them. Even though he got on their backs, that was the level of competition that he had. Now, they might not look at it like that at the time, but when you look back at it, they can obviously say, yeah, man, now I can see that Michael Jordan wasn't mad at me. He was just getting on me because he wanted me to do better. LeBron James, yeah, he'll make people better, but when his tough gets going, he falters. Okay? Prime example, LeBron James got into an argument with Mario Chalmers, the point guard from, the Heat when they won the championships. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he made like a bad pass or a bad read or something like that. LeBron James just freaking snapped on him like that. So I'm just like saying like, wow, LeBron, like, that's your teammate right there. Like, you can't do that, man. Like, come on. Man, that was Kobe or Michael, they wouldn't even do that, man. They would have just said, hey, yo, man, listen, next time, if you want to, cut, just, go around him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just freaking snapped on him like he was your child or something like that, man. Like, you can't do anything like that, like I could see why a lot of people don't want to play with LeBron. They say LeBron makes people better, but like I said again, man, when the tough gets going, you know, he falters, and this notion that he makes a lot, like you can only make yourself better. If LeBron James passes you the ball and you shoot it, that's you shooting it. That's not him shooting it. That's you shooting it. You know, if he shot it, then he would have gave credit to himself because he shot that ball, obviously. But he passed it to you. So you have to shoot it. So if it goes in, where does the credit go to? Not you. Obviously not you. But to LeBron. You know? And there's other notion that, oh, LeBron James never had a great coach. All his coaches were blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? Mark Brown was it Mark Brown? I think I don't remember if it was Mark Brown, but the assistant head coach for the Warriors, the dude with the glasses, that was his first head coach. And then after that it was David Blatt, and then after that it was some other cat, I forgot his name. But yeah, and obviously it was Tyronn Lue, but. Now he's an assistant with the Clippers, so the Clippers are just stealing everybody. Jesus Christ. Like if you really look, but anyways, yeah, man, I mean, obviously, you know, you can say that LeBron James never had a dad growing up. He never had a father figure growing up, so, you know, you can see where his frustration comes from, you know, his bitch mode, you know, his female tendencies, you know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, Michael Jordan did grow up without a dad. You know, obviously his dad passed away, R.I.P. Jordan. But, you know, you could see it, you know, like he never got into, I mean, obviously, yeah, he got into people's faces, and that was his opponents, but his teammates, like, they're encouraged, like, you know, like he got on them so much. Like, you don't really see that with LeBron. LeBron James would just snap at you because that's all he knows, because he was raised up by a female and not a male. And 9 times out of 10, when you're raised by a female, you're going to act like that female. You're going to act a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have female tendency. But if you was raised by a guy, or if your father raised you, or your grandfather raised you, or whoever that's male raised you, you're going to have that female tendency. I mean, you're going to have that male tendencies throughout your whole entire life. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, like I said, man, I mean, this debate is going to go on forever. Who's better? We're never going to get the answer to it. It's barbershop talk. You know what I'm saying? You know, like Michael Jordan right now is like, come on. That's just so unfair, man. Like, that's unfair. And Michael Jordan never got the chance to play with LeBron, you know, around 2000. You know, obviously, LeBron, like, if Michael Jordan would have played for another, let me see, LeBron James entered the league in 2004. That was 2001 or 2000. So if Michael Jordan would have played for another 4 years, obviously he was 40 years that day, that year, 2000. He was 40 years old. So if he would have played for another 44 years, he would have been 45 years old. You know what I'm saying? So he would meet LeBron James at his peak. You know what I'm saying? At his highest peak. But obviously they never did that. And obviously Michael Jordan decided to retire that, you know, following year. So, yeah, man. I mean, like I said, man, it's barbershop talk. We will never see LeBron James and Michael Jordan play. We saw Kobe and LeBron James play. We saw Allen Iverson and LeBron James play. So at least obviously Tim Duncan. So, you know, like if LeBron James was playing, like, let's say if LeBron James entered the draft around 2000, then he would have been around some elite tough talent. You know what I'm saying? Like he would have been with a lot of tough teams too. You know, because the Knicks was popping as well. The Nets. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, some things are left unsaid. You know, so. Me personally, I don't like or dislike LeBron James, you know, because I don't, you know, I don't have no feelings for nobody. You know what I'm saying? I have no feelings for nobody, so. Yeah, so if you like what you saw, leave a comment below. Like who had an overall better, you know, statistical career, Michael Jordan or LeBron James? Obviously, LeBron James is still playing, but as for, you know, playoffs and NBA Finals, who had the better overall career? Who would you, you know, surround, or who would you build your team around, etc. So. Leave your comments down below, and you know, give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Give this video a thumbs down. Till later, take care of yourself and each other. Peace.